Hello, folks. Welcome back. It's day one. It's not LCS VoD reviews, but LTA North Week 1, Day 1 action, second series. We got C9 versus LYON in this one. And I'm joined by the newest member of the LTA North broadcast, my friend Kangas. Steve, how we doing?
I'm doing well. I am no longer playing TFT in the background, so I'm going to be paying full attention to this.
Love that. All right. I love that, Kangas. I mean, the first VoD, we talk about our enjoyment excursions, and now we're playing TFT in the background. I don't even have Esports Godfather up. We're focused up on this. Anyway, game one of this one, LYON on the blue side, taking away Kasante Corki, Callista Bands. Meanwhile, Skarner, Rumble, and then Varus. Talked a little bit about like the handshakes and ADs. Varus being taken away, a little bit surprising as Ashe is on the board. But we did free up the Ashe for ourselves later on. LYON, first pick Nocturne. I got to say, I'm very Ashe biased. I do think Ashe is really good on this patch. A little bit surprised that Ashe fell so far in this draft and just wasn't affected.
Right? I mean, Xayah ban is confusing to me.
I mean, Xayah ban is to get out of the Ori Nocturne combo, which I can somewhat appreciate. Ashe, is vulnerable to this, but you get so much power and control, and if this combo doesn't kill Ashe, then the power she brings in the fight, you're going to be too far up as Nocturne. I do think it's playable into Ashe, but again, just really powerful pick. I was a little bit surprised they went through. I think these two bans are better, though, given what they're showing. But you also have the option to early pick or take it for yourself over here. Not the case. They want the Ori Nocturne combo. It is Aurora and Wukong to respond, and Bessa, and then we have Renekton. So really strong early game here for C9 between the Aurora and the Renekton. Should be able to get shoved in both their lanes early on, respectively. The Ori in a Aurora matchup is good for Orianna in the 1v1, but of course Aurora just really strong at the moment. Kai'Sa Ziggs taken away, so they don't want to get one-tapped by the Ori Nocturne combo, just taking away some of the big R keys. Ashe, MF, Rel, and then the high-value Braum into this. Braum is pretty high value this game. You already have main engage in places, and this team has to dive, so I really like the Braum pick. Anything else?
I am surprised to see this type of draft from LYON. We talked about this a bit on the cast, but with everything I've been hearing, they had a day or two of scrims. They're mostly doing solo queue to prep. LYONs isn't here in the States with them. He's playing remote instead.
Yeah.
This is a team draft that kind of requires a lot of coordination, especially the Orianna Nocturne. I mean, that's the big one, but Misfortune Rel even requires a decent amount of coordination. So just having these wombo combos is surprising for a team that, from my understanding, has had the least practice of any of the teams in the LTA so far.
I think that is worth noting. LYON, of course, LYONs is playing remote. They have had some issues, but yeah, hopefully they get more time to practice and put up a better showing. Also, gotta say, I really don't like this year's C9's jerseys. The two patches, here it is. I don't like the two patches.
The two Kias?
And it's the two C9s too. I really like the idea of the background design and the drawings. I think that's actually really fucking cool. But this just looks corny to me.
I really like the C9 that looks like a Letterman jacket C9, like a school one.
Don't have both. I just have that because I mean one or the other is neat. Again, the blue stencil I think is really cool, and the color's fine. Just the patches look corny as hell. That's my issue. Anyway, I'm sorry. I thought 100 Thieves and FlyQuest had the best jerseys. Really yeah, FlyQuest had the best jersey with 100 Thieves next, in my opinion.
Dude, I really like
I think the Lions look kind of sharp.
Is it Dignitas now that has collars on their jersey? Two of the teams
TL has collars. I think the collars are cool.
I like collars. I think collars on jerseys is sick.
I really like the long sleeve 100 Thieves jersey. It was actually one of my favorites of all time.
Dude, the baseball 100 Thieves jersey. Oh, that was so good.
That was badass. All right. So Ashe Braum, level 1 prio. They push to get a ward on Raptors for Nocturne. Nocturne's going to start red. And then the lane swap is called, which is interesting. So yeah.
Vulcan throws up the thumbs up. This game is boring as hell for the first 60 minutes. Really not much happens at all.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the first fight was well played. Also, Licorice for me misplays this. You can't use... It's really hard to approach here as Mbessa. I just don't think that you can walk up here. I know he uses the shield to do so, but then you get the empowered W as Thanatos. You just kill the shield, and it's a really, really good trade. I know he takes damage. It's fine. Very favorable for Renekton.
I will say the fact that I think it's this game. No, it's the second series of Sunday where there's a Nocturne that actually gets first blood.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when Adilan even really gets like the first playoff.
I mean, this is just a handshake, like, clear for me, which is fine for Nocturne. Like, you kind of want this as Nocturne. I like how Wukong started red so that his Raptor respawn isn't under threat. But Saint needed to get this wave in. Or he has the option here, like, he has the wave in enough to just play back for the next few creeps. Because he doesn't hug his vision, and Adi doesn't help him being this far up. So I know that Adi is, like, basing here. I think that Adi needed to be, like, down here in the brush to help support Saint. And yes, Saint has a vision here, but this is a fake fucking ward against Wukong. Get that ward out here, because then you can actually see Blabber trying to cross into where he was at. So for me, this lazy ward placement from Saint actually really hurt him. Because if he sees Wukong, he might have been able to get out of this one. Instead, he loses Flash. And, like, he just didn't... Or, no, he doesn't lose Flash, but he didn't have that wave in. Yeah. This could have been played better. Thanatos gets this wave in. Licorice is already behind pretty heavily. And then Licorice went no armor. I think that he needed to get at least a little bit of armor. You're going steel caps this game if you are Licorice, so you might as well pick that up early against the Croc. Yeah, so Thanatos is like super far up early on. And yeah, he has steel caps, so this Renekton is just going to maul the Ambesso.
I don't think I like that TP from Thanatos. He should have read
it's not necessary.
He missed a...
Yeah, it's small. It just wasn't a necessary thing from him. Objective swap, playing to where we are strong. Blabber actually going to get forced out. Which, I mean... I don't mind the idea, but now we lose a big tool for like what ends up being next. And Loki had a really nice Q there. So this play still goes off. It really hurts Licorice again. Like Licorice sacked quite a bit for this actually. Okay, I guess he doesn't miss a ton. Okay, never mind. The timer's fine from Licorice. But okay, loses the plate. Could be worse. He's still behind with Schwartz. It did buy time for Adi to at least steal some of the jungle away from Blabbers. It's actually not too bad from Lion. As long as like nothing else happens on that play.
Your chat's asking, according to LCK Challengers watchers and Loki's chat, Sam was the second best mid in LCK Challengers last year, so how did he end up on LYON? I don't know exactly how the offseason recruitment went, but I do know that LYON fought for him. Like, they really wanted this guy, and other teams were looking at him as well. So it was like a competition.
I think they might have paid, like, I think they might have paid more, or that, or like they found a way to appeal to him. I mean, because when Loki was picked up by C9, there was a lot of talk that Saint was a little bit more exciting. I really liked Pungyung going over the VoDs, who actually got a start in LCK in Split 1, which is pretty cool.
But I feel like overall Saints showed a little more promise than Loki in this series, even though Loki picked up the win. That game was rough.
The Yone game was not good from Loki, which is a bummer, because Yone for me was his best champ. Okay. For me, I think that Lion's just late to this play. I know that he gets Braum queued, but when this fear goes off, we need to flash combo here. Like, we need to flash over this wall and drop shit on Wukong, because that's a kill. And if you're trading out yourself for Wukong, that's worth. So for me, like, Lions is just late, and the combo he goes for is bad.
What interrupts his crash down there?
Wukong R.
Oh, is it Wukong or is it
Yeah.
Braum passive? Because he's got one.
No, it's the back half of that Wukong R.
Oh.
Like, for the W. Yeah.
Oh wow, it really was.
Yeah, it's bad.
So that's also
It's
just bad
bad.
timing.
Yeah. This was not good from Lions. If Lions is on top of this play, Blabber's dead. So, like, for me, this is just completely on Lions. Again, if we flash combo here, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, by not proactively flashing here, Lions kind of grieves his team, which sucks. And then this TP from Saint is bad. It's late. Props to Loki for getting here first. Did save Blabber. And I think that he might have been able to turn this play around, as it would have been a Lions flash commit, and MF ults down. And you have Ash Braum to like actually walk this one out with an Aurora level 6. So I actually like the walk from Loki a lot. Because I think it's a winning scenario regardless if Lions plays that right or not. For the back half of the fight for C9. Bad part about this play, back half of it yet again, Thanatos is just up like 35. Like, this Croc is just mauling the Ambessa on the top side. And again, I was really surprised we didn't have any early armor picked up by the Ambessa here. Because you just kind of need it to survive the onslaught of the Croc. So, yeah. And again, Ambessa, a champ that's just like completely reliant on the resources that she has and that she can bring. So really tough that this didn't happen. No, like, this lane swap ends up just being poor for Lions. Because it feels like they have to swap to get out of like the matchup that they have right now. But again, Licorice just ends up getting starved here. And that R misses, so he loses flash. Loses the resources down here. Then MF doesn't go to fix. Like, they do have this all the way in. And Saint, like, needs to base, so all they can do is just lose this. It sucks. So they lose Dragon, they lose Waves bot, and C9 is just sitting really pretty between where Renekton's at and where their map's at. Only dub here is that Henna is at BT breakpoint for MF, so you can walk up and bully. So Sven has to drop that, but Sven's still getting everything. He hasn't been starved of anything, so it's bad.
I think this is the next time that they look for a play. No. Like, Audioland doesn't look for very many paranoia proactive plays in this game. And I'm pretty sure they only pull off, like, one that's really successful. But even then, like, they still lose the fight because they just don't have the damage at that point. They're too far behind. So, like, I kind of want him and Saint to just be grouped up a little bit more. Or him and, like, Misfortune even. Like, you don't have to have the Orianna on you, but as the Nocturne, you kind of are the one expected to make stuff happen right now. And maybe there's nothing to fight for, like objectives on the map, but like, imagine you just kill Thanatos and get Licorice a little more breathing room here in the side lane before the dragon spawns. Then you'll have the second paranoia come up by the time that's up. Like, there's still windows that you can try and make stuff happen.
Yeah. I mean, Lions just were not synced at all in this game. It was frustrating.
Yeah, Audioland just kind of like walks around the map. And just the whole game.
Think it was more on Lions than Audi, but we'll go through the VoD and find out. But that was my gut feeling watching it. Because for me, like, Lions didn't play with good direction in this game. And again, like, the first fight, like, that angle, I do think that there's a real way to guarantee the kill on Blabber. Just not hit.
But just because that play didn't work doesn't mean that now you don't look for another paranoia play for, what, 6 minutes? It's been like 6 minutes since we've seen a play.
Yeah, and like, the way that we have the lanes right now, too, like because they put the MF mid, the Nocturne and Ori just are not synced up. So again, like you might as well like go for Loki and I mean try, but other issue is that because it was a first pick Nocturne, C9 did pick 2 solo lanes that can kind of deal with Nocturne. So like Renekton, you're really fucking tanky and go steel caps. The Aurora you have between worlds, which can help you get out of tethers. Because if you get paranoid, right, you get comboed, you can still drop your R and try and escape that way. You get a couple bunny hops and like that TP within the between 2 worlds, pretty much the other side of it. So yeah.
But like you'll see what they finally do here eventually at the Herald. But C9 positions really well, and against this core, it's hard for the Nocturne to go in because it's Wukong who's going to ult you back. It's Vulcan who's got the Braum shield. So like, if you go on the Braum, that's bad. But if you go past the Braum, your team can't really follow up because Braum's just going to hold the line.
Yeah.
And that's exactly like what happens here is that they just kind of toy around with the idea of going in, but then they just don't find the right angle. Which like props to C9. You watch how they position. Like, they're all spread out, so you're not going to get a clean Nocturne Orianna combo unless you just go Wukong Braum here. But they're also just late. Like, they just gave C9 way too much time to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, this fight, I just think, like, Saints R is really egregious. And they are late.
I mean, it's because C9 said, screw the wave, we're just going to go for the objective.
Yeah, which is the right call. And then they
too.
split really well here. It's like, I mean, the paranoia is just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then...
It's like, you see the Ashe up there. You can just press the R on her instead.
And, like, who Lions goes for, like, the entire fight is poor from here. Again, like, it doesn't help that any sums are up, but, like, for me, I think Lions, like, they have to proactively do something. They're so out of sync. Like, we don't have the R... It's a really nice ult from Vulcan, too. I do want to give him credit. But we don't have the Ori Nocturne R combo. So, like, the next one's like, okay, like, maybe we can look for Rel. And I think that the angle that Lions takes here is just bad. Like, it needs to be over here, like, proactively flash, like, try and get Loki at the start of the fight. If he gets a free fight, it's hard. Instead, Senna's ult, like, the way he puts that ball, I do really like how C9 plays this. Watch the Ori ball here, and then how C9 flashes over it. Yeah, so, like, that's, like, for me, the ball's here on my screen between Wukong and Aurora, and they just flash past it, and that's, like, where the fight's over. Saint can't drop the ball there. He has to keep the ball close, and they have to, you know, make sure they get out. Because then if C9 overcommits into the ball, it's fine. By throwing it there, it just ends up being terrible. Because, like, then there's nothing stopping C9 from getting through the rest of this fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
there's
Saint goes down, yeah.
onto Loki or Sven pretty
No,
much. Like,
yeah,
Vapor
there's none.
tries to get on Sven, but...
Yeah, like...
then just, like, sidesteps him, and then there's just nothing to really threaten the damage.
Yeah, and that's also my issue of, like, where we drop the Rel and the Ori, like, those spells. Like, we played the fight way too far out, and we needed to, like, turtle and try and bring the fight back. In terms of, like, C9's going to commit to us because they're already ahead of the fight, so if we throw our spells past, like, I mean, it's dodging forward in the game, right? Like, you never want to let your opponent dodge forward because then you're going to eat all the shit. And Lions, like, allow everyone to dodge forward based on where they drop their abilities here. It's just really bad. They were in summer, but not for the whole split, was my belief. Like, not like for the year. Someone else would have had a different top team than Lions. Or R7. It was Summit's team, yeah. That's R7. So it was these guys. I mean, they went to Worlds, so. It's the same org. They just renamed again.
Dude, go back and watch how little damage they did to Loki right there.
Yeah. And again, like, Aurora, you're able to defend against this, right?
Yeah.
So,
They only have hills.
Yeah, like, the first pick Nocturne, for me, just not it. Like, I think that Nocturne, I don't like the priority we're seeing from Nocturne in LPL. That's a little bit of personal bias. They play it better, but this is kind of why. Because if you pick Nocturne that early, you can pick sides where you can't get attacked. And it really takes away some of the plays that Nocturne gets. Because then, it's like, all right, we're playing for the fight, but then we can't kill anyone. Like, we don't have a lot of ways to get ahead. It just gets hard. We did do Fly SR. Are we going in the order of the games? Time to VoD review, Pog. Inception. Also, I don't love the Reaver on MF. A little bit biased towards IE. But I know that with the BT and Reaver, you pretty much just have to like never leave the map. You just get to be on and pressure. So there's some intrinsic value in that, but I personally like the damage. Sven also going for the Hawkshot build with the what was it, Quick Blades? I was seeing this a little bit, just get more abilities off. It's not bad. It's better than the Hullbreaker builds that we saw early season, that's for sure. How illegal was that IE first Caitlyn, though? I think the Caitlyn pick was poor. IE first Caitlyn is... I don't have a as negative opinion on it as others, because if you get Caitlyn like to late game, she's actually pretty good. But yeah, if we're picking Kate in games where Collector first doesn't feel good, I don't think we should pick Kate. All right, another fight. I mean, this setup's just, again, not good. Like, we don't have ball on Audi, and Audi gets picked. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Licorice also was going after Loki, who was able to get over him. So Loki was at least able to navigate that one okay, and Lions is like... I don't know what Lions is doing here. I mean, the Shockwave is better, but like we're so far behind already, it's just tough. And then we're split.
Licorice does play this pretty well, I think.
Yeah, Licorice had a nice R.
It's hard to stick on Loki, but like...
I mean, he did force Loki's hand like to where Loki engaged in that. I mean, the fact that this is a 3 for 3 is not, or 2 for 2 is not terrible, right? Especially given where the game's at for Lion, but... I actually thought the fight that C9 took was good. Like, again, they get Audi immediately. It's just Thanatos, that E for me, that's the oopsie. Because they chase hard up here, and they can't go through Ori Ball. Like, they were able to get out. Saint does a nice job of buying time. And I know the Vlad Aurora matchup. We haven't seen it yet because we only have 1 week of games, but I'd assume so. I don't mind it. I still think that like you're Vlad, so you're useless. But yeah.
So this was when they finally pull it off, but like Henna's just not set up.
Yeah.
Like look at how far away Henna is.
Yeah, Henna needs to go with the team.
With Audi and
yeah.
Saint, like I don't know where the hell he's going.
Yeah, it's like if he walked up there, Licorice is actually buying time against the Renekton. So if he was in and got the combo off, he doesn't have R, but he at least would have been able to auto earlier in the fight.
I think they actually just sweep the fight. Like they would just one-shot that group of 3 that got hit if you have a misfortune ult on top of it.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
So that's
like,
what I'm saying, the coordination of this team. Like,
yeah,
in
it's
order
not good.
For this comp to pull off, you need to have a coordinated effort from everybody, and they just aren't coordinated.
Yeah, agree. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they don't have a lot of synergy. Like, again, behind the scenes, this team only practices a handful of days together. I think they only had like 1 or 2 days of scrim, so not a great start for the split, for sure. But, yeah. I'm not too high on Lion this split. I think that Audi, or I think that as long as there supports Lions, they're probably going to be a bottom team. It's a little bit hard on Lions, but I have a limited tape on Lions just from Worlds and this year, and the tape isn't good for him from what I've seen.
I was hopeful because I was excited about Saints mostly and thinking just like Audieland is considered like the best jungler in the region. Yeah, the region historically has been bad internationally, but yeah, I can imagine against like NA teams having competition. I think Henna was actually the standout performer overall on this team. I know that was a rough fight there, but like the Varus game in game 2, he actually played it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know why Sven was left here alone. This is kind of weird to me. I know he's working on that next wave. He needs a buddy, but you know, we're split in this moment. It's a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, Henna did not need that bullet time.
Yeah, it's alright though. You just want the kill. I appreciate how Sven like at least didn't use sums, right? Because I mean that's a bad death from him, but if he dies and uses sums, then it's terrible because like, it actually gives him way back into the game. So
yeah, he's just the flicker blade bot.
Just a warning split.
The Hawkshot bot.
Yeah, it definitely is a warning. I mean, this is I've been calling this split a novelty split, right? I just like for me the Fearless format and then the international tournament just being the 5 teams from one region, like it does feel like a warm up split. It really does. The stakes are so much higher in the next two splits. Which I'm kind of okay with. I will say I miss the 9-week regular seasons. I do, but I was old school like that. All right. I mean, Blabber just has Otacon, just gets the fucking Senate, and pretty much like 1v3 is a double kill. Nice, and that's game. This game wasn't very close. I think as you properly called out, LYON just didn't have good synergy at all. Like they were very split in where they went in. Yeah. Game 2. Varus. Couple bans to kind of protect him in the bot side. Meanwhile, top side focus bans here from C9. Varus first picked, Ari next, so a lot of direction into the Yone Sedge being picked up. And then it is a Leona, so we have some reach. Really good to pressure this without R and can actually reach the poke Varus. Kaisa, Ezreal, Renata Jax ends up being a Ziggs for Sven. I gotta say, I was a wee bit surprised they didn't take the Ziggs away. Because like Ezreal and Varus, you get outscaled, but Varus has a really strong early curve into this matchup. Less so against Ziggs. So I was a little bit surprised that that wasn't the case. Especially just because we do need magic damage, and Rumble is already off the table. And no Aurora top. So it would have had to be like a cannon. Which is not playable in the Poppy. So I would have preferred that ban, actually, over the Ezreal. Ends up being Ziggs, Rakan Poppy. I mean, Licorice can blind what he wants here. I was a little bit surprised. I think, yeah, I think Gnar actually would have been okay for LYON this game if like they banned to protect it a little bit, but that's just me. Poppy has some value. It's just that when it's poke Varus, and then you have Poppy top, like we're no damage on LYON. So like LYON ends up having a better early game, but keep in mind this is gonna be poke, the setup, which I think is fine against this, but like where's our DPS coming from? If we have poke Varus, tank Poppy top, and mid Ahri. So for me, like this draft from LYON is flawed. They have 20 minutes to win the game. And if they can't get far enough ahead, then like they are up like 3-4k gold, this game's over.
They basically have to just find pick after pick with this comp too. It's
like they gotta get going.
It's Vi ult, Charm, set things up. Varus can also follow up too if you're going poke, but it's hard to make those types of plays when it's gonna be Sejuani or Leona face checking every brush, because like Leona's gonna be the easier one to take down, but still it's gonna take pretty much all your cooldowns to kill either of them.
All right, so Lions dropped the scouting words for lane swap level 1. And they are going to swap, which is not bad for them. Poppy, if she's able to tank the swap, you can again play 3 lanes, whereas Gnar has trouble playing 3 lanes in swap scenarios early on, so it can be XP advantage early on. Which, yeah, you can see Thanatos is going to be lost in the sauce here. Meanwhile, Licorice, just with the shield and being Poppy, was able to get the first few melee creeps, which is nice. Split XP is not ideal, so it does get Thanatos something. But again, this can set the Yone behind as the game goes on. So frankly, both solo laners do have an advantage right now for LYON, which I like. And Lions is here on time to help LYON Licorice survive the dive. So good stuff from LYON. I think that this map setup for them was good.
Yeah, early levels were really good on LYON for this game too.
Yeah.
Even like mid lane, Saint almost gets a kill on the Loki.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the right call for LYON building the roster would have been native AD and then import support. Like, they could have gone with, like, Seo at 80 and found a better support than Lions. I feel like that would have been better overall. Anyway, Blabber shows. Gas and Kangas, long time no see from Hybrid. Oh, what's up, Hybrid?
Hey, what up?
Yeah, so Blabber make his way up to the top side. Meanwhile, Audi has 4. Able to get down
Crazy
here.
the Vulcan lives this too.
Yeah, I mean, good flash from Sven. Like, the only way this hits, and this could have hit from Adi, he would have had the flash follow. Or, like, have a better flash, I guess, but he caught Vulcan. I actually think that Sven gets out of range with a flash here. I mean, he could have done it later. So for me, I think Adi should have like just had the Q. Like he Q flashes really early. And Sven reacts nicely, so we'll play Sven.
Yeah. And then we
But-
have Aftershock plus Leona W.
Yeah,
Not killing that.
we fucking love Leona W. Ability is not balanced.
Let's just give an Alistair ultimate on a basic ability.
Yeah, it's always been not balanced. It's fantastic. They have to keep the LLA players. It's part of the condition. They have to have at least 2 players from LLA. That's why Lions was able to play remotely. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like Seo with import AD. Again, I think that would have been or import support would have been better. That's just me.
You should have just ran back R7's roster.
Yeah, I mean losing Summit hurt, right? I actually gained a higher opinion from Nikrish. Just going over like the stuff I did with Razvan. I don't like mechanically it was not good last year, but he still does a lot of things well in the top lane. Speaking of, Thanatos
like
fucked this
out
up.
Thanatos.
Yeah, Thanatos fucked this up. I mean, all Thanatos has to do here, by the way, like he does get the solo kill, so I'm fine with him going for this. It's just that he needs to flash here. If he flashes this, then Nikrish is dead. So, like, if any, like this is just on Thanatos not reacting. So, bit of an oopsie. That said, this creates a really good scenario for Lion. I mean, Licorice plays this scenario really well on his Poppy, and nice from Saint to get out of that one. Good chain here.
I think Loki actually plays this really well.
He did his best. Yeah, Lion's getting stuck still. And Saint didn't have the mana to continue. So... Anyway. Good play by the Christian top side. Oh yeah, then we missed this. I mean that's part of like the lane swap happening and the pressure that got put down. Had got some more free time, so him being up like this is good. I mean, if you get accelerated poke Varus, it's really big just because you scale off abilities nicely and your items are cheap. That we've seen this long time with poke Varus being really nice.
Not killing Zvendare is really awkward though. That's why he like flash ults and still just doesn't have the damage.
Yeah. This hurts.
And then he's a little late on the cleanse.
I mean, this hurts. Dies. Yeah, this hurts a lot. I mean, again, like he doesn't have to be on this wave at all. Him being here is bad, given that his team doesn't have control over this side of the map, so he kind of just throws it. Yeah, it's bad. Not good. I mean, it's too bad. Lion definitely looked like they had the clear signs of just a rusty team, you know?
Yep. And then they just full send on Vulcan here. Get wiped.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're throwing everything into Aftershock, Leona W, Leona, and the response is good. I mean, I like how Loki did the E-Flash here. Like, again, he just chained up his R with others and was able to shut down the fight early. Lion, I think, sending everything on support like that is just wrong when it's Leona. If they pick any other target, I think that fight goes okay for them, but they found Leona.
And that's what I was saying. Like, that's going to be the most likely to find is going to be Ronnie. If they find Sven, Sven's just fucking up. Like, he should never be the one that's getting caught because he has these 2 other to walk in front of.
And like, yeah, in those positions, like, just throw your normal abilities and take the HP diff, right? Don't burn your Rs, because then that creates like the really poor passages of play that we see and have seen. As now, I mean, like, again, I don't know. We get caught out here, so we just burn abilities. Like Blabber just being able to like swing with Heartsteel for free here is just so
Wait.
meh.
Chat saying that the LCS banners are still up.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I mean, there's Samsung SSD, but you know.
And there's a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, LCS right by the turret.
Oh my god.
That's amazing, dude.
Oh no, who caught that first?
Somebody in chat.
It
said
had to have
that.
been another stream that's like, you know. Oh god.
Amazing.
That's a bummer.
This is actually pretty well played by Saint.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Vulcan should go for this. Like, Loki's, again, fixing the wave. And
Yep.
Blabber isn't quite here yet. Like, if you want to go for this, yeah. Like, you're no flash, so. And mid prio is just not yours.
Range.
Yeah. I think that you
does
wait.
Does Ben throw the ults on the wave, or does he throw it into... He's on cooldown, right? Where's the Sven ult?
There.
Oh, he threw it on Saint right away.
So they missed the CC chain. But, like, even so, I think if Saint checks this and Loki's able to, like, prep, so, like, for, like, here, if Loki starts dragging this wave up and then Saint walks in, it's a maybe. Because that's, like, where you do have control. It's just that this pocket towards the top side, that's the opponent, so they're going to be able to get here first because Varus in mid-wave is just OP. Like, Varus always has probably over mid-wave at this point of the game. Especially if, like, you're ahead of hair, which Hannah was. I mean, it's even now, but still. Varus just deletes waves. But yeah, this leads to a really nice passage to play here for LYON because they're able to get that and then chain it into mid. Vulcan definitely should not have taken that play. Be a little bit more disciplined with how he's playing Vision. Because this is still a defensive portion of the game for C9. Like, again, all they have to do is get the 20 minutes on decent footing. They already have a dragon of 5 grubs. Like, this game should already be won. Because like their team fight is going to be 10 times better later on. Between Sejuani, Yone, and then the Ziggs over the top, you're going to be able to pop people, and there's just 0 DPS on the side of LYON. So yeah. Anyway. Even in the back halves, like C9's still able to get quite a few objectives because LYON are grouping a lot. So
LYON
like
do this all series where
they
overgrouped.
Yeah, I mean they haven't played a lot together. It could have just been like okay, fuck it, like we don't feel good about winning the series. Like we'll just try and make some plays early and see what happens. You know. Sometimes like it just has to boil down to that.
Just crazy to think that they pick Vulcan, they pick Sven, and then they just give Dragon. No contest. And then again, just all ending on a support. I think Henna actually plays this really well. So does Lions. I think this is Lions' best play. Right here.
Yeah.
Lions marks Loki on the flank. And then he is able to...
Yeah, Loki...
he got bounced back by Sven.
Yeah, Loki didn't R in this fight.
On accident.
It was. For me, like, the oopsie for this fight for C9 was that Loki needs to press R, like, here. We need the ER and be ready for this. Because this was off of Sven. But, like, we're stuck here because of the Yona R, right? So Loki not being in position for this, again, like, if he were to E-flash R again and, like, blow his load now, it's really good. Because, like, this has to be his angle, right? And by not doing it now, you're right. Lion's going to catch him, and then he gets stuck. So he can't go in and follow. So it ends up being a bad fight for his team. I do appreciate how Sven was holding the poke with the minefields. Like, he's doing his best. It could have been a little bit of a better W, but... like, he didn't play... like, the double minefield in the choke is the right call for me. The wrong call was, again, Loki was stuck. And, like, we didn't flash this. Like, it is Charm Flash. If he React Flash that, he's the GOAT. Or if he Rs, he's the GOAT. But again, like, Loki just had a bad fight. Like, he got stymied. So he was stuck. He was forced out. I like what Saint's doing, too, with his ults. Like, I think he played it pretty well. So, good fight from Saint. Yeah. I think, though, that, like, if Loki showed a little bit more killer instinct there, would have had could have been a decent fight for C9. But still, them being there was not great. It's a little bit hard for them because they want to play Rift and they don't have mid entrance, but they can always just play through top. So I think that the right call for C9 here is you drop mid, you have Ziggs catch, and then you try and play through top side, where you can see the Yone is already further up right now. So if that's the call on the formation, then we don't want to be poking our way out here to defend. We're okay dropping this, and the way that, like, we're going to draw our lines as C9 is, like, we're going to play behind the blue line I have now, right? And then if things get really good, you can defend this. But, like, even then, Sven has to be back here, and we want Sven to catch and then walk, like, all the way around and join the team, because our goal is to play through topside to open up Rift Herald that way. And that's very doable right now. Because if you do that, then Thanatos already has bot wave in, can walk up and play through mid. So, like, for me, Blabber Vulcan shouldn't be there. They should be on topside. Then we catch mid and go from there. You know, I did a lot of drawing that you can't see, but anyway.
I'm actually looking at the
Twitch
as well while you're doing that. I do like, though, that LYON went for a play here.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
They had a lot of coordinated plays, and at least this was like an intentional TP flank.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where LYON, like, needs to play up and go in. Also, I believe that's not the LCS or LTA arena. I think this is elsewhere. But you tell me. Are those
that does not look like
these
the,
bar stools
LTA
are not.
arena.
Yeah, so that's cool. I would have liked they gave this a shout out. I don't know if they did or not, but yeah.
I don't remember us, actually. Because I saw that pop up and I was confused,
Yeah.
so I just was like, hey, good to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it actually was.
I was like, oh my god, LTA has bar stools at the top now? I was like, that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, so kind of like what I was talking about last time, or in that last moment, with, like, drawing our lines.
Out of position.
Yeah, so Hannah thinks that this objective's done, so he's going to get back, and then he just gets stuck.
He's got no flash.
Yeah, Lions does a nice job here.
But, like, now the team's in a rough spot.
Yeah, Lions did a nice job to get him out. He did. And Lions somehow gets out himself, which is good. 100 ping god. That's good, because I'm going to flame Lions in the next fight. Anyway, good from C9 to, like, again, they always are able to pressure them out, so they can use that to get tempo to turn it into something else. I do like that. I think C9 did a nice job of peppering them in this game. And, like, really abusing, like, some poor decisions from LYON to just get tempo and, like, get more on the map in the downtime between plays. So, yeah. This was actually, like, a decent look for C9, I thought, week 1. I mean, I wasn't expecting too much more, but yeah.
Dude, they're so close to killing Loki here.
Yeah. I mean, this Q3 from Loki is just really troll. Like, it puts himself ahead of the minion wave, and then yeah, that's troll. He should never be in position to eat that charm. So, that bit of tempo griefing from Loki. I know Senko's down there, which is nice. He had Seekers, which is a bummer. But I just don't think he was expecting that to kill him. Which I can't blame him too much for, frankly. Like, he is pretty healthy. Yeah, anyway.
Horizon focus, baby.
Yeah, that was nice. And so that for me is, like, where this game just ends, because now it's soul point for C9, and it's a mountain dragon, which is, like, super bad against what LYON has, because they need to get through you with Ari and Varus.
Mm-hmm.
Pacemaker, I guarantee you that Yanya's gonna like that approach. I'll put the fucking house on that. Actually, I like this.
This is the other Saint moment that's actually pretty clutch. Like, he's in a bad spot, but he's able to turn the play because the team's behind him.
Yeah, I actually like this trap from C9. I'm don't know if Sven like needs the base or not. It looks like he does. Because A, he's channeling it, but like B, I'm sure he has money. Yeah, nice Seekers. I just think this was played poorly by C9. Because, like, if you're Blabber, I think that you want to auto and then W. And then we're going to use Q. Like, we can save it. Or, like, we just play around with the R. I mean, if the R connects, then it's a free chain with Loki. They had full vision. Yeah, Loki's not here yet, which is the issue. Or else I'm in with you. And, like, he had to E down because he was trying to play the wave. So maybe we just play the wave if we're Loki. And, like, commit to that, and, like, then play tempo, you know? And not commit to the fight. I think that's kind of where I'm at. I do like the idea, though, from Blabber. I actually like the fact that we're using that wall and we had a good vision trap. Like, that's the side of the map we should be playing towards because that's where Yone is. So I don't think it's, like, egregious. I actually think it's the right idea. And then Thanatos plays this really nicely. Because... for Gnar. Thanatos' Gnar mechanics are really, really, really good. I like Thanatos' Gnar a lot. I do think it's his best champ.
I feel like Thanatos was the standout player on C9. I mean, he got player of the series too.
Yeah.
If I'm Thanatos, I'm jumping over that wall every time. I don't care. I'm throwing the whole game for that opportunity.
We want to blow Mega Gnar off cooldown.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless.
Sven can ult over there.
I'd say Kangas' next pick actually in solo queue support Gnar.
He's got slows. It counts.
You go Mega and you have the most base stats in the game.
Yeah. And then I can go Heart Steel stacking Gnar.
I mean, I will say support Gnar. Like, I need to, you know, maybe do some homework and some research, but it doesn't sound as bad as I initially thought. At least we, you know, we have some tools.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about W and I changed my mind, but, you know, it's fine. Who needs points in W if you're Gnar, you know? Again, really really like how C9 just like drew their pocket out with the zigs, right? Like they're ahead, so they're gonna draw this line and make it really hard to walk through the choke. This is good stuff. This is where I get mad at Lions. I mean, again, I don't know why Loki is here without a control ward. So good job by Lions, or Lion actually having some control. This is kind of awkward for me with Loki. It's a bad cue from Saint too, but. Yeah. So my issue this fight from Lion, or Lions, I really want Lion, or Lions. Yeah, he needs to proactively... Rakan needs to proactively flash this. If we're popping R like this, I mean, dude, if you flash and you get the charm and the W combo, it's fight over. Like, going W here, and like Blabber and Loki once again get under it, this fight's over.
Yeah.
Like, if he combos there, it's really not. It's not bad. I know Licorice getting stuck and caught here is poor too. And again, like, I think Saint trying to go around was poor. Like the fight's too late if we're gonna go around like that. We have to blast cone into the pit, and if we can't do that, we have to R into the pit and like start playing it from there. We can't just kind of sit over there. But again, if Lions proactively flashes and gets the combo, there is potential here. Instead, it's kind of a whiff, and then it just sucks because Licorice got chunked. Because we walk through that choke instead of like playing with the mid wave. And then both objectives fall and this game is doomed. But it was some better looks for Lion. Yeah, it was some better looks for Lion. I still think that like their draft just gets monumentally outscaled. So.
Yep, they're playing like a team that has scrimmed for a day.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is definitely a fuck it we ball strat, which, I mean, they're trying to figure out what it's like to be a team, which is fine. This was also just like Licorice is getting forced out right now. And then we see that ward get down, and then we're gonna actually like hit this ward with yeah. That's not good. Good from C9, but that's we don't love that. That's not good. That just leads to Baron. Actually, really like the play pattern too from C9 to attack bot and just use Otacon, because then like you force Lion to show bot. There's no TP on Licorice. Thanatos respawns with Otacon, just goes immediately to Baron. That's actually a really good play pattern that I want to see more teams do. Like with Otacon, I feel like we're gonna figure out like more ways to, you know, get more value out of this, right? I think that the way C9 played this Otacon was really strong. And it started with Thanatos just being bait bot, right? Well, I mean, it started with Lions getting picked, but I do like that play pattern from C9, where once Thanatos was getting hit, they just go straight to Baron, and then he TPs in after Otacon. That's good. All right, we got the Ziggs. Again, in transition, for me, Sven doesn't need the putts around here, but really wanted the Cadden. So, I think that auto ends up being expensive. Blabber was shifting up. The play is to go to top, which I agree with, but we leave Sven behind, a little bit desynced, and good pick from Lion. That's not bad. That was good from Lion.
The only time they've been able to
that was good.
Sven out of position.
I mean, Sven was out of position once in both games. But, yeah. That was a bummer. Yes, Blabber with the Battle Piggy build, because these items are filthy, disgusting good.
Spirit Visage, that's wild. Just for the unending despair.
I mean, that and Mountain Soul, you know. Bigger shield. This sign from Lion was bad, but it's fine. And that's game.
Just the end of the game, I'm pretty sure.
That's game. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. That's C9 versus Lion. I think saw some decent things out of C9. A couple oops. A couple okay plays from Lion, but overall pretty one-sided series. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. If you guys want to catch more, like, comment, sub. Cubby XX everywhere, especially on Twitch where I stream these live. Shout out to Kangas for joining me. Follow him down below in the description. We'll see you guys in the next one.